Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Christina. I thought I would take a chance today to get a whole lot of readings done. So I'm probably going to record a lot and upload. I might upload them all today, I'm not sure, it depends on what all I get to. But I thought I would start out today doing a general love reading, general love message for whoever needs to hear it. So basically, if you hear anything that resonates with your situation, then it's meant for you, pure and simple. I'm going to try to keep this short because the other readings that I have on the channel, as you'll be able to see if you look, are quite long. And I know people don't really like long readings, so I'm going to try to keep this on the short side. So let me move the microphone just a little to give myself some more room. I'm sure that created extra noise, so I'm sorry. Yeah, so let's get to it. Let's see. I'm doing this for August, but whenever you listen to this, August 2025, excuse me, but whenever you listen to this, if it resonates, it resonates. It's meant for you at that time. It's meant for you to hear it at that time. So, what messages do we have for love at this time? What messages do we have for love at this time for the collective? Okay. Ten of Wands reversed. The Emperor. I'll put this one back. I don't feel like that's part of this. There we go. Death card. Okay. Okay, challenge is the Knight of Swords, and what we don't see coming is the Seven of Swords. Let's come on down. Alrighty. So. Let's see. It looks like I don't really know if it's funny. I'm kind of picking up work. Let me throw some clarifiers already. I was kind of picking up work just looking at those cards, but it looks like some of you have left a relationship. Those who this resonates for, some of you have left a relationship. With the Ten of Wands in the reverse, you've thrown off something that was a burden to you. Previously, it was probably, I'm getting like you, this is somebody that you moved in with, or they moved in with you, and it ended up being a little burdensome. And what happened is you had to step into your power as the Emperor and had to kind of assert yourself and assert your, I don't want to say dominance, because I'm not feeling, dominance tends to come off negatively, and I'm not feeling this negatively. It's more like standing up for yourself, taking ownership of your space. If somebody was encroaching on your space, or let's say that somebody moved in with you. If somebody moved in with you and was encroaching on your space, you're kind of saying, no, this is my space. These are my boundaries. You can't encroach on my area, on my space. And I feel with the Page of Cups, this is um, a new way of living for you. It's something that you're not used to doing. I feel like maybe you're somebody who had previously a little more porous boundaries. Um, you were maybe somebody who, as some of us would say, were too nice, maybe, with this Page of Cups. And it's not that you're not nice now. Um, Niceness in and of itself doesn't have anything to do with it. It's you're taking care of yourself better with the Emperor and the Page of Cups. You're kind of turning over a new leaf in that way, which I definitely see with the Death card in the Chariot. You're moving forward. You've made a change. You have left a way of being behind, and you're moving forward with this new way of being, this new lifestyle, this new way of presenting yourself in the world. I feel like it wasn't just in this relationship, it wasn't just in this. And I'm not feeling necessarily that this is a romantic relationship, necessarily. It could be. I'm not feeling a whole lot of romantic feelings between you and this other person. So even though I did intend this to be a love reading, I don't necessarily feel like that's what this is. Now it could be somebody that you hadn't known for very long. And with the Seven of Swords here as the challenge, that could be speaking to that. It's something that you kind of rushed into. But you didn't rush into it because of love or passion. There were more rational reasons for rushing into this connection with this person. And just as many rational reasons with the Seven of Swords as what we don't see coming to walk away. Looking out for number one. I feel that's important. I feel like that's something that you haven't done before. The Emperor card, this could be an Aries. You could be an Aries. You could be a Pisces. I usually read the Page of Cups as Pisces. You could be a Scorpio or a Cancer. So I've got water, fire, and air represented here. No earth signs, no pentacles, no earth energy. But yeah, you or the other, these signs could relate to you. They could relate to the other person you're dealing with. Either way, I feel like this looking out for a number one. Again, not in a negative way, not in a selfish way. It's just something that you have to do as an adult, is look after yourself and take care of yourself, because you have to. You can't let people walk all over you or impose on you or stifle, control. Now, speaking of which, the other side of the coin is you could have been dealing with the Emperor. If this doesn't represent you stepping into your power, you could have been dealing with an energy who was very controlling. Male or female doesn't matter. You could have been dealing with somebody who was very controlling and who was kind of dictating to you what you need to do. And again, I feel like this is somebody you lived with. Again, I don't feel I'm not feeling family, but I'm not feeling a relationship. Or like a real loving relationship. I feel like this is somebody that you were interested in, or they were interested in you. One of you may have been more interested in the other. Um, but I'm not really feeling a or seeing the love and the romance here. So it could have been that you thought that you loved this person, or they thought that they loved you, or you thought that the way they were controlling you meant that, if it was a situation of control, meant that they loved you, and that isn't necessarily the case. And you got tired of it eventually, um, or you are getting tired of it, and you're going to be walking away. If you are walking away, I don't, with the Seven of Swords, I don't see you um, really telling a whole lot of people, or even really communicating all of this to this person that you're that you're either leaving, or putting out of your house or your apartment, or whatever the case may be. um, I feel like you're not explaining yourself. You're just saying, no, I'm leaving, or no, get out, you're done, we're done, that's it. um, and that could be difficult for you, with the Knight of Swords coming up as the challenge. The Knight of Swords, as far as communication goes, is somebody who is rather abrupt in their communication style. They're rather blunt and to the point, which can be good. Um, as my grandmother would say, they have a chip on their shoulder. And it's not, that doesn't really mean that they have a bad attitude. That's not how she means that. It can be, but that's not really how she means that when she says that. It's if they have a chip on their shoulder, they're kind of always ready for a fight. They're always ready for a fight. They're always ready for an argument. Um, but by the same token, I don't necessarily feel that applies to you. What I'm really feeling here, for whoever this is resonating with, is that the information, and the message that you have for this person about why it is that you're leaving, or why it is that you're not happy, it's something honest and truthful. It is your truth, and it may come out of you with a little bit of anger. You may not be able to say it in a way that isn't triggering for them, or that doesn't, make them want to engage in an argument with you. But that really has nothing to do with you necessarily. That has to do with them and their maturity level, and the way they communicate, and the way they react, or don't react, to things. There's nothing that you can do to control that. And I feel like in the past that may have been something that you were concerned about, is making sure that you say things that don't rock the boat. Make sure that you say things in such a way that don't rock the boat, or don't cause disagreements, or anything of that nature. Let's see, what else. What else can you tell us about the Emperor and the Page of Cups? I'm interested in that. What else can you tell us about the Emperor and the Page of Cups? The Hermit. I think you need space alone. I think you need space alone. I think you need time alone. Even though, to kind of get back to yourself, even though living with this person may have been a good idea, at first, it may have been a logical idea at first. You may have rushed into it too fast. Speaking of which, let's look at the Knight of Swords. Give me one card to clarify the Knight of Swords, please. Oh, geez. Five of Pentacles and the Devil and the Ten of Pentacles. So this could have been something that you rushed into with the Devil, with the Five of Pentacles, with the Ten of Pentacles, out of fear of being left behind, left in the cold, thinking you weren't going to be able to make it or not able to survive, or could be vice versa. This could be their energy, the other person's energy. So with the Knight of Swords, you rushed into the situation, and it was a logical situation because it gave you the security with the Ten of Pentacles. But it tied you to a situation with the Devil. It tied you to a situation that you didn't necessarily want to be in. Being alone or being on your own you may have come to the decision that being on your own might have been the better option, even though what seemed like a good opportunity was financially, logically was placed in front of you. Let's see what else. What else can you tell us about the Seven of Swords is what we don't see coming? High Priestess, the Tower. Yeah, this person is not going to like what you have to tell them. It's too many cards. Let me put those back. Queen of Swords reversed, King of Pentacles. King of Pentacles, I think, is their energy. Queen of Swords reversed is your energy. With the Queen of Swords reversed, again, that's the Queen of Swords in the upright is somebody who is more mature, communicates more maturely, takes time to choose her words carefully. She can also be quite funny and humorous and witty, but in the reverse, she can fly off the handle a little bit more, kind of like this Knight of Swords person here. The other party does not like what you have to say. I'm feeling that the other party, they're the ones with the money who could offer you this Ten of Pentacles. And they're coming through as the King of Pentacles here. Actually, I'm thinking that this could really be, again, I meant this to be love, but this could really be a family situation with your parents, for some of you or one of you, and you're moving out and you're going it on your own, going it alone. At some point they may have asked you to move in. They could have offered you a place to stay, and you thought it was going to work out. It may have required you to do some caretaking with the Ten of Wands in reverse up here. Do some caretaking that you've decided you can't do, you don't want to do, that you've reneged on. You don't have the bandwidth to do, and that could cause upset or a rift with the parents, with the other party, whatever the case may be, for you. All right, let's see. I want to get actual love messages, though, well, hold on, let's do that. I want to get actual love messages for folks. What can my listeners expect in their love lives coming up? Those who are listening to this video, what can they expect in their love lives coming up? Okay, courting man in open relationships. Or open relationship, excuse me. For some of you, there could be somebody who's coming into your life who is at least a masculine presenting energy with the courting man card, and they may be interested in having an open relationship with you, or they are in an open relationship, a poly relationship, or they just want something casual. Let's see, how do you feel about this? Young male. I feel I feel they're quite young. They're quite young. I feel like they're a little flashy. They they have the nice car. They wear the flashy clothes. They're into partying or really enjoying themselves. Let's see, what else can you tell me? Past love. This could be somebody from your past. This could be somebody that you know. Give me one last card. You want a serious relationship. You want a serious relationship, beauty queen. Shining on stage, adored. You want a serious relationship where you are the beauty queen. You are adored. You are treasured by your partner. And it's not that this person doesn't like you, that they're that how they feel about you isn't sincere. I feel it's sincere. I just think that you might be in different stages of your life where you want different things. I'm going to put some of these tarot cards back in the deck. I'm going to pull more information about these oracle cards. Let me pull these down here. I'm at 22 minutes. Let's see where I can get. Okay. Okay. Spirit, what else can you tell us about this courting man? Who is this person? What are they like? What else can you tell me about them? Nine of Wands. Three of Wands. One more card, please. King of Cups in reverse. Okay. Yeah, I feel like this is somebody that with the past life card, this is definitely somebody that you've dealt with before with the Nine of Wands. And with the Nine of Wands, they probably the relationship, the past relationship probably didn't end well necessarily. I feel like you were left kind of hurt, kind of in need of a lot of healing, kind of with your guard up a little bit. With the Three of Wands and the Knight, or not, I'm sorry, not the Knight, the King of Cups reverse, I feel like this person could be coming back. King of Cups, they could be a water sign, Scorpio, Pisces, and Cancer. Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Said that out of order. They aren't quite emotionally mature. They could be a little emotionally manipulative. The King of Cups reversed is sometimes somebody who's a little bit emotionally manipulative, or can be. So this may not be something that you are interested in with this person. They could be coming back around though, so keep that in mind. If you know somebody like that, if you dated somebody like that before, and the fact that with this open relationship card, that is something they could have wanted. That could have been the reason for the breakup, that they wanted something that was just casual, they wanted something that was just sex, they, something of that nature, and that wasn't quite what you were going for if you were going for the union card. Marriage, partnership, serious relationship. Okay, what can you tell me about how this person feels about this courting man coming back around? The World. As far as you're concerned, this situation is over. You've moved on. You've graduated with the World card. You're not interested in entertaining this person, entertaining this offer. You're not interested in seeing if they've changed. I think it's really interesting that the figures on these two cards are positioned or posing, I should say, in a similar way. I'm not quite sure what that means, but that could be confirmation of some sort that this is you, and that this is what you want. Being treated like a princess, some people would say that, or being treated fairly, but being treated well. Maybe you do want somebody who, lavishes you with flowers or gifts or whatever. That's perfectly fine. And you didn't get that with this person here. That could be what that is. And, you know your worth, I feel like, with this Beauty Queen card, or you've accepted your worth. It's like, yeah, I'm worth more than what this fellow over here, this King of Cups reverse person, can offer. I'm not interested in that anymore. I'm not interested in them anymore. I'm not interested in that type of behavior anymore. So yeah, you've moved on with the World card. Anything else? Seven of Swords. Yep, you're moved. If this person calls you, texts you, whatever, you may ignore them. With the Seven of Swords, you may ignore them. They may not know where you live now, so they might try to find you and you're not really traceable. I feel Fool card on the bottom of the deck. I just saw that. Yeah, you've started a whole new life. You may not live in the same place that you used to anymore. You may have, the two of you, I feel like, have lost touch for sure. And they really may not know where to find you, I think, with the Fool card, because you're on a totally different trajectory now. But yeah, if they do reach out to you, if they do have your phone number still, or they find you on Instagram or whatever it is, I don't think you're going to accept the message. I don't think you're going to talk to them. If they text you or whatever, you may not even recognize the phone number, and you may ignore it anyways. Yeah, but I don't see you communicating with this person. I see you kind of just walking away, quietly, staying under the radar, not dealing with this. Okay, anything else? Yeah, the moon. You're hidden. It could be too that with the moon card, if it could be that they can't find you because you have certain information hidden, like your address, like your phone number, like your Instagram. Your Instagram may be private or something, or your Facebook or whatever it is. TikTok could be hidden. I'm not sure, but you're not available. You are not available. You're not able to be traced. All right. And I'm going to pull just a couple cards for closing advice because I'm at 30 minutes right now. What closing advice do you have for my listener's spirit? Queen of Wands. Stand in your power and do you. Five of Cups, bottom of the deck. I don't feel like there's any... The Five of Cups is a card of disappointment. A lot of people describe it as the crying over spilled milk card. I'm not seeing that there's any potential upcoming disappointment that you would have to deal with or that you might encounter. But I think this is just a... not a warning, but a confirmation that, if you, with this situation, with this courting man, if you do decide to talk to this person, entertain this person, I don't think they've changed. You have, with this Queen of Wands, the Queen of Wands is the beauty queen, really. She's beautiful, she's very busy, she's very productive, she may be going out on a lot of dates, she's very desirable, she's sexy, she's very successful, very passionate about what she does for a living or her hobbies or any of that sort of thing. You've changed. She doesn't have room for this silliness with this guy, whoever he or she is. The Queen of Wands does not have room in his or her life to entertain the flakiness, the flightiness, the emotional instability of this courting man person who's showing up. She's not even thinking about him. If she does decide to, at one point, this is how this Queen of Wands felt with this person, with this courting man person. She felt the Five of Cups. She felt disappointed and hurt, and there was a lot of regret for having wasted time. I heard regret for having wasted time. I wouldn't look at it necessarily as a waste of time. I would look at it as a learning experience, because you've kind of had a glow up and you've metamorphosized into a butterfly with this Queen of Wands. Are there butterflies on this card? No, there are bees. There are bees and a cat. But you're a different person now. So I don't think there's any harm. I was going to say that if you did entertain this person who returned, this courting man person, if you did entertain them, you may find yourself in this Five of Cups situation again, because they haven't changed. They haven't changed. With the King of Cups, they're what you remember. Emotionally unstable, not interested in anything long term, not interested in anything serious. But I don't even think this is a worry with the Five of Cups. I would say that Spirit's message is just keep doing what you're doing with the Queen of Wands, and you're going to go far and you're going to go to big places, and that's beautiful. So, all right, my friends. That's all I have for you today. I hope you found this insightful and helpful. I am going to go ahead and post this, and I will talk to you soon. If you want to get in contact with me, I do have my contact information in the description box below. If you're interested in a private reading with me, please send me an email. And if you are interested in finding me on Instagram, I'll put this in the description box below. But if you're interested in finding me on Instagram, my handle is @CL, C as in cat, L as in lady, intuitive, @CL intuitive. So you can find me there. I'll have that in the description box below, though, so you don't have to worry about that. All right, it's been fun. Talk to you later.